If you're interested in learning how to do AutoCAD 3D, you've come to the right place. Let's get started. So this video is going to be about how you can start modeling in AutoCAD. So one thing to note is the units I selected were architectural and they were also in inches, so go and change that if you haven't, or use whatever you want, because it shouldn't really affect you too much in this. The first thing you want to do is come up here and you're going to see this little tab up here, and it's going to say 3D modeling or drafting and annotation or 3D basics. This is just where you can select your tools. So if you go to drafting and annotation, it's our regular AutoCAD tools. If you go to 3D basics, you've got the basic 3D tools, and if you go to 3D modeling, you will have a variety of 3D tools that you can use to create more in-depth 3D drawings, which today we're going to be using 3D modeling, and then we're going to start drawing. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into an isometric view, which is over here. We went over this in a previous video, which I will leave a link to that in the top right hand corner as well. And you can go check that out and learn the basics in about 10 minutes. That said, we're just going to get started right now with meshes and modeling. So the first thing you guys are going to want to do is, if you're interested in modeling, then you have a variety of tools you can use. So just come up here and you're going to see there's box, cylinder, cone, sphere, pyramid, wedge, and a torus. For the sake of this lesson, we're just going to do boxes and cylinders and similar shapes. And today I'm just going to show you how to use some of the basic commands in AutoCAD 3D. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our box and we're going to just draw a box. So we're going to come here and we're just going to draw a box. Let's make it 5 inches by 5 inches. And we have our box. So it's relatively similar to making a rectangle in 2D AutoCAD for the first part, but the next part is a little different because now you can go in the Z direction, so you can go either down, so you're going to see you can go down as far as you want, or you can go up. You have to make sure you're doing this in the correct plane, because sometimes it is a little difficult to tell which direction you are going, and that's something you need to keep in mind when you are using AutoCAD 3D. So just keep that in mind. We're going to make ours a perfect cube, so we're going to do 5 inches as well. So there we have our cube. Now you're thinking, well, it's in a wireframe, how do I change this? Well, if you come over here and you go to View, you're going to see that we have 2D wireframe selected, and there's a variety of other tools in here. There's conceptual, there's hidden, there's realistic, and all these other things that can kind of help you figure out how your drawing is going to look. Now you're going to have to use different views for different things. So if you're drawing on your three-dimensional object, that's where you start getting issues and where you need to start using faces and stuff like that, because it can get really difficult to do. You know, we're going to go X-ray, and then we're just going to stick with 2D wireframe for now. So if you come over here and you have your little box here that can show you where you're looking. If you look at a two-dimensional angle, it's just a square. So if you're looking at a certain face, that is most likely the face you're going to be drawing on when you are using AutoCAD. However, you need to be careful because this comes with a few issues. If you're using wireframe view like we are doing right now, if I go and draw in the middle of this, it most likely will just go to the plane that I have set. It will not, let's say I want to draw on the top of our box here. If I go in a 2D view, it'll draw down here where we initially started drawing instead of up here. One way you can kind of mitigate this is you can come here, change from 2D wireframe to any other type of view here, and you'll most likely be able to draw through it. And you can tell, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So the first thing we're going to want to do is learn how to draw on our cube. So drawing on your cube can take a variety of ways. One way to do it is to do it the way I'm about to show you. Another way is a little more difficult. So we're just going to do it the easy way. So if I come here, go to 3D view, I can come here, and I can go to my rectangle or whatever I want, and I need to make sure I'm going to draw on this face, because drawing on the face is the most important part of doing this. So let's say I want to draw a rectangle. You can see the lines for my rectangle here. This is a little easier if you change your layers, which I will do right now just to make it easier. So I just went and changed my layer, and you can see that it is now black and it is now showing up on our cube. So again, you're seeing that I'm drawing on top of the face of my cube. It's very important to make sure that you're drawing on the face you want to draw on. You're going to notice too when you're trying to do this that sometimes it's going to flip to a different axis and it's going to give you problems. You just need to make sure that you're drawing on that face and you don't give AutoCAD any reason to kick you to another face, because the program is only as good as you are. And if you're just learning how to do this, it can be very difficult and frustrating to figure this out. So one thing we're going to do is we're just going to come here, we're going to draw our little rectangle here. Once I have my rectangle, I can go and I can click that, and then I can move it. So I'm just going to go and move it to the center here. I'm not going to make it exactly centered, but I'm just going to show you how this then works. So once you have your rectangle or your 2D drawing on this, so what you want to do is you want to select your rectangle now, and then we're going to want to extrude it in the up direction. So we're going to type in extrude into our command bar. If you don't know how to do this command, then there is another video for you up there is where we go over this. If not, you can just come up here and you can just type in extrude faces. Sorry, not extrude faces. You want to do extrude, and then this will allow you to bring it up or push it down. So just click extrude, and then you're going to see we now have a 3D object out of our two-dimensional object. You're also going to see that the plane has changed from the bottom of our cube to the bottom of our new extruded object. This is so AutoCAD knows, okay, where does it start, where does it end, and you can then work in that plane currently. So we're just going to make this about, I don't know, let's do 3.5 inches. And then you're going to see that our grid snaps back to where it should be after we're done using this, which is very nice. So what is this? I don't know. It's just showing you how to do this. So that's how you would extrude. Now, if you want to make a cut in your drawing, like let's say you want to cut out and hollow out a portion of your cube, I'm going to show you how to do that. We're just going to come over here. Let's say I want to make a circle. Let's say I'm going to find the center of my cube face here, and you're going to see that it's not in the direction that I want it. You can see that this is one of the issues that can happen. So we're going to try and figure out how to get this to work. So the way to get that to work is you're just going to come here and you're going to make sure the face, you're going to see the face will then start glowing and light up when you're on that face, and AutoCAD's going to go, okay, I need to draw on this face, so this is my reference plane. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find the center of your face, which is what we're going to do, and you got to make sure that it is glowing. So one thing you can do too is you can just make your circle like I'm going to do. I'm going to make it 2 inches, and then I'm going to grab it, and then I'm just going to move it to the center of my face. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to try and find the center of my face here. Let's see where it is. I think it's right there maybe. Let's go and look at the front, and that looks about right to me. So what you want to do now is you're going to want to do exactly what we did before, and we're going to extrude this into a three-dimensional object. So we're going to type in extrude, and then we're going to want to pull this out at least 5.1 inches. So that way you can cut it out. If you don't want to cut all the way, you can do less than 5, so that's one thing you need to keep in mind. We're going to cut it all the way through and just make it so it's hollow. So we're going to do 6 inches so we can grab it. And then what we can do here is you can see we have our three-dimensional object pushing out here. We can just grab this and we can push it in until it's through on the other side. So if we do that, we can just pull it a little more, make sure it's out. You're going to see AutoCAD is giving me a problem here where it's trying to snap it where I don't want it. But you can see that we got through that. So you can see now that our object is now all the way through our cube here. So what we can do here is we can then subtract the cylinder, from the cube, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So what you're going to notice here is there's a variety of tools in the top left corner here for editing your model. So if you come here and you see solid subtract, you're going to see exactly what it does. In their example, they created a doorway, and this is kind of the same thing that we're going to do here, except we're not doing a doorway. So what you're going to want to do is you can either come here and click this, and you can select your first object, press enter, and then select your second object and press enter, and you're going to see that we now have a hollow space in our cube. So now our cube is edited. Another thing you can do is you can add things to each other. You can do a few other things, but that's the gist of subtracting. If you want to add to something, like you can extrude just a face. So if you want to create a mesh out of a three-dimensional object, you can come here, create a box. And we're going to come here, we're just going to create our box. And then we're going to come here and click Smooth Object, press Enter, and you're going to see it smoothed out our object and gave us more faces. If you want to do it more, you can click it, do it again, and I think you can do it a few times until it tells you you can't do it anymore. And then once you're here, you can then go and you can pull out faces and you can just model with this, and then it will look better and it'll be more of a model. So if you come up here, you're going to see there's another thing called the Mesh tab. And if you come here, you can see you can create a mesh box right off the go, which I'll show you how to do. You just click Mesh Box. You go, you create a box just like how kind of we did, and you're going to see we now have a mesh box. Now the difference between a mesh box and a regular box like what we just did is it's going to have more faces right off the bat. So we can go and we can smooth that as well until a certain point, and you're going to see it looks exactly the same, and it has the exact same amount of points we can edit now, except it started as a mesh now. Another thing we can do is if we come here, we can then go and edit our faces. So if we click Extrude Face, we can then select certain areas on our mesh. We can click that. Let's click here, press Enter, and you're going to see that we can then pull this out. You can see that we created a ridge in our drawing here. So we can go and do that, and then we can also go and we can optimize things. You're going to see in a two-dimensional view, it's going to show you a mesh there. So if we come here, and let's say we want to go and we want to do it again, or we want to make it less smooth, so we can make it really blocky. You're going to see it looks like this. So that's something to keep in mind, is smoothness does make it smoother, but it's not ideal for everything. And then if you come here, there's a variety of other shapes, and that we will get into in the next video. So if you like this video and you want more, we're thinking of doing a video on more meshes in 3D AutoCAD for next week. If you're interested in that, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will get you that. If you haven't already, go check out our website, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.